getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to tdphinstalk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Listen, man, I've been spending the last hour trying to fix my camera. I don't know what is going on. I'm gonna have to reset everything, figure out what's kind of going on, but I'll get it working. We will get it working here in just a second. But we got a great show lined up for you all. Hopefully you all enjoy. Let me take this off here. All right, so we got a great show lined up for you all. I hope you all enjoy. We got a lot to talk about. Just trying to get rid of this ridiculous lag we supposedly have. All right, man, it is what it is. I'll figure it out eventually. All right. But hit that like button on your way in the building. Let your friends and family members know about the channel as well. Shout out to G Firm already dropping love. Said, yo, yes, man, we got to talk. Great news for the Miami Dolphins. We're gonna break that down here tonight. Again, I'm sorry about the camera situation. I don't know what's been going on. Matter of fact, let me try one thing. Y'all give me 1 second. Testing. So the audio is good. Let me go over to the video now. Let me see if I may have a better situation here. I'm not sure. Let's see here. All right. It may be working now. We might be back. All right. Y'all give it up. Y'all give it up for switching two chords, just swapping them. I don't know. But we're back and see the lag and I look pretty sharp. Y'all be the judge in the chat, but we should be good now. At least I hope so. It looks good on my end. All right. All right. So welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Again, punch that like button on your way in the building. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I'm going to be straight and to the point. We're going to knock out some good content because we got a lot to talk about. We want to talk about some great news for the Miami Dolphins. What do I mean by that? We're going to talk about the division as a whole. Also, the rookies have reported. We're going to get into a little bit of that. What does that mean for Jonah Savanea, whatever. You know, it is what it is. All right. Also, Miami might have a new offensive scheme. We're going to talk about that. Also, Tua sells his house in Davie. Salute to Tua. Just made a profit. That's what's up. We're going to get into that. Darren Waller contract details have been released. And is McGenius still McGenius? And last but not least, Randy Moss takes flight on Tyreek Hill. All right, we're going to break it all down right here on TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Let's go. Woo! All right, great news for the Miami Dolphins. I want to talk about it. Everybody like, what great news? What happened? Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know my rule. Hear me out before you judge what I'm about to say, okay? Hear me out before you judge what I'm about to say. The great news for the Miami Dolphins, we got a chance to win the division this year. Now, again, oh my gosh, some of y'all already ticked off. Y'all about to go crazy. The Miami Dolphins have a chance to win the division this year. On the AFC East roundtable tonight, we were breaking down, the teams. In the week before we did the offense. This time we did the defense. And I want to bring this up to everybody because I want y'all to really think about this. I see y'all in the comment section already like, oh my gosh, this guy. Hear me out. This is the most open the division has ever been. This is the most open the division has ever been, okay? And I'm about to prove it to you because, first of all, let's be honest here. The Jets, they're lost. They got a new coach, promising coach. He could spark something. But at the end of the day, they had one of the most talented rosters last year. And they didn't do anything with it. Yeah, but they had a bad coach. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. The Jets are still the Jets. How did they get better? How did they get better? I do not see the off-season moves that made them better. And I'm going to tell you another thing. They actually regressed at the quarterback position. They lost a star corner, I believe, DJ Reed. I believe they lost their corner. The Jets are in limbo. Still a solid team, but that doesn't make them better than us. Just because we lost Holland and Ramsey, we got better losing Holland with Fitzpatrick and Ramsey. That's a loss. But the Jets lost their corner too. So y'all got to think about that. The Jets, they've done nothing. And the beautiful thing is, at least, and y'all know I'm not one of these people that live off hope, but at least there is hope for Chubb to be healthy and play well, Phillips to be healthy and play well, Tua to potentially stay healthy, but the Jets, they got nothing going for themselves. They have absolutely nothing. And then you move forward to the New England Patriots. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This is the team that's had the best improvement this offseason, and they are truly going to be a threat. But they just can't beat us. It's still one of those things where we don't worry about the Patriots. We know how to take care of them. They've gotten really good on defense, but at the same token, their offense still isn't going to do nothing. Weaver's going to take care of business. And we're going to do more against their defense than they're going to do against ours. We truly do have a huge shot. Now, I know the elephant in the room. Yeah. Now talk about Buffalo. Oh, my gosh. Listen to me and hear me well. Buffalo wasn't special last year. They just had that guy named Josh Allen. And their pass rush is non-existent now. Two of their main guys are hurt. And then on top of that, they don't have anything. All they have is Josh Allen. They don't have an offensive threat. Cook is okay, but they don't have no real true offensive threat. We have a better offensive personnel than them, hands down. They just got Josh Allen. But you know what? Here's what I want y'all to think about. This year, the Buffalo Bills are going to take more losses because our division is going to be better against them. I am telling y'all think I'm playing about this, but the Patriots can get a win or two against Buffalo. The Jets can get a win or so against Buffalo. That's all we've ever needed. but we never really got it on a consistent basis. If we would have gotten that the last few years from the Patriots, remember the year where they caught up to us and we both ended 11-6 and they won a division? If the Patriots would have just been better, we would have hands down have won. That's what's about to happen this year. Everybody, I know we've been living in this doom and gloom, and I get it. I'm one of the main people telling y'all why this roster ain't all that. We ain't got no secondary. I mean, we got players coming fresh off of injury, but I also need to take time to look around the division. What have they done special? What has Buffalo done special? What have they done this offseason? They haven't done nothing significant. The Jets haven't done absolutely nada. They went down. The Patriots are the only ones that have done something, but they were so low, even their rise ain't going to be good enough, man. Even their rise won't be good enough. So this is why I need people to really, really, really think about that. This is great news for the Dolphins. Yeah, I'm not happy about the Miami Dolphins and how we've handled the last few years and now the roster we're going into this season. But you know what? I've been looking at it from a AFC standpoint all this time when the reality is to get in, you just got to win your division. You just got to win your division. Maybe if you do get to that 10 win, you could still win a division because life is going to be harder for Buffalo this year. Life is truly going to be harder for Buffalo this year. Y'all don't have to believe that. I am telling y'all, this is the year life is going to be harder for Buffalo. And I never fear the Jets. And I'm telling y'all, the Jets got worse. And they got a quarterback who can't throw the football. The only real threat in the division to me now is the Patriots, and I'm telling you now, we always take care of them. So remember, you heard it here first. We're not out of this. Now, don't get me wrong. When I look at the AFC, I still don't see how we're contending with Lamar Jackson, the Chiefs, and the Bengals of the world. And to be quite honest with you, still have problems with Buffalo. But it's okay because as long as we beating each other up, we're right in there. We just got to make sure that we do that what they don't, and that's actually beat the Jets and the Patriots. Because I'm telling you, the Jets and the Patriots, they're going to get at least a win off of the Bills this year. Y'all mark my words. We just got to take care of our own business. This is great news for the Miami Dolphins. We still have a chance to win a division and go to the playoffs. Outside of that, there is no chance. Let me be clear, ladies and gentlemen. We don't win a division. We don't make the playoffs this year. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Too many teams are going to be back or have a better spark this year. We got to win a division. And we know that's taking, and don't let us split with Buffalo. It's over. It's over. I do believe that. I truly do believe that. So great news for the Miami Dolphins. The division is weaker. All right. Up next, rookies have reported, and we got to talk about it. What is going on with the Miami Dolphins PR department? They saying more without saying much. All right, the rookies have reported for the Miami Dolphins, well, for the NFL. But you know one thing that we didn't get this year? What happened to the typical rookie video? The rookies are arriving, you know, them walking in the building that we get every year. What happened to that? Where is that? Why is it on hold? What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. It is Jonah Savanaya, whatever. Y'all already know I keep messing his name up. But everything is incomplete without the second round. And a lot of players in the second round have not signed their contract. I think we got one that just signed within the last few hours. And it wasn't fully guaranteed, but you might as well say it was. It was like an $11 million deal with over $9 million guaranteed. So that's almost fully guaranteed. Rookies don't get these contracts. So it looks like that's the direction that we're headed in. These guys, I was going to say kids, but hey, they still young. These young men, I believe they're doing the right thing. Keep holding out until, because he didn't show up. You're not allowed to show up if you're not under contract. You're not allowed to show up, and it would have already have been released that he showed up or he signed his contract, and that's not the case. So we're going to keep our eyes on this situation with these second round picks all around the NFL. So this is going to be very interesting. Somebody helping me in the chat said Savainia. Savainia. That's kind of how you did it. Savainia. Savainia. I don't know. Savanaya. Y'all leave me alone. Jonas Savanaya, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not an official journalist that's claiming journalistic integrity to where, you know, at least you can learn his name. Leave me alone. All right. So, and once I hear him say it enough, I'll get it eventually, but that's where I'm at with it. I ain't going to sit here and keep on sounding crazy in the head trying to pronounce it. But anyway, he's not here. He hasn't showed up yet. So we're going to keep our eyes on these second round rookies to see what they all end up doing, because it's very interesting. I think as soon as the NFL agents found out about that Lamar Jackson scandal, where the owners have now officially been proven that they colluded against Lamar Jackson to not get a fully guaranteed contract. That's why nobody even put the two first round tenders on Lamar to try to get him when it was available, because the whole league was colluding so he didn't get a fully guaranteed contract. So I know these agents now, they're going to start playing the game of collusion. They're going to start playing that game of collusion. All right. So we'll see how it goes down. But I'll tell you this, the Dolphins need their second round pick in the building. The Dolphins, we need our second round pick in the building. I ain't gonna front there. That's the only holdup. That's the only bad thing about this. We need Jonah in the building. We need our guy getting reps, continuity, that line to be the best version they can be. Because I'm telling y'all, I think that we still might be okay in the division. I still don't like us to win a Super Bowl, go to the AFC Championship. But, man, the only thing, you know, I've simmered my expectations. I've been kicking and screaming for years now. The only thing I care about is Super Bowl. But, man, when you come to the realization of this team, man, you just beggars can't be choosers, man. Can we make the playoffs? I'm tired of begging. You know, I'm begging now. So, therefore, I can't choose. All right, the playoffs will be good enough to give me happiness, maybe. So they've defeated me. Yeah, I know people in the chat gonna be like, "Oh no, TD, don't give up the fight." Nah, they defeated me. I'm just looking for playoffs. Hey, you know what? At Super Bowl aspirations, I'm not there right now. Okay, I'm looking for playoffs. Just give me some happiness, okay? All right, y'all. Next up, we're going to talk about a new offensive scheme in Miami. Let's see. All right, I don't want to make it seem like I'm reading too much into this, but Miami made some key moves this offseason. And when I say key, maybe they're not like key moves, but there were moves made on the offensive side of the football and the coaching staff. For those who don't know, Bobby Slowick is now the senior pass game coordinator. They're looking for a new spark in the pass game. And also Chandler Hanley is the run game specialist. So you got two parts of the offense, run game and pass game. They've elevated people into new roles. And I think they're looking for a new spark, because here's the reality. We got to change the offensive system. We don't have to change it completely. But let me tell you what McDaniel is going to come into this year doing. And if he doesn't do it, he's getting fired. It's over, because he has to do it. And let me explain this to y'all. They're going to be changing the system, not completely, but they're going to create a system that's going to try to be unique and new, that gets teams uncomfortable. And then when they start to adjust to it, throw in some of the old stuff and hit them off guard. That's the only way. Because Mike McDaniel isn't going to abandon his old stuff. That is his offense. That's what he got for Tua. But he's not going to abandon that. What I think Mike is going to do is open up the playbook and say, hey, whether it's your strength or your weakness, Tua, I'm putting you in that situation. I'm putting you in that situation. So let's roll. You either make it do what it do or you don't, but we're going to open it up. All these things are going to be at our disposal. And guess what? Our guy going into year 6, he's going to have an opportunity to show that he can. That's up to him. I don't know if he will or not. I hope he does. But we've been through this year after year after year. Here's that final chance, that locked in chance at least. He got to get it done for his coach because his coach got it done for him for many years. So McDaniel's going to try to come with the new approach. Everybody's like, no, we just need to run the ball better. Yeah, can y'all please stop? See, I'm the type of person, first of all, I don't like hustling backwards. And what do I mean by hustling backwards? For those who don't realize, understand the slang, hustling, going to get it by any means necessary, figuring it out, hustling, okay? But I don't like hustling backwards. Like in a lot of people you have to start to put your thinking cap on and start to identify things that can have you hustling backwards. The problem with people who hustle backwards, they don't know that they are until it's too late. And that's what I think a lot of people in Miami Dolphins, our fan base, that's what they do. They're trying to hustle backwards. Like they want to cross all T's, dot all I's, cross all T's before they say, okay, I get it now. Versus going out there on a limb and saying, man, I can see that this isn't going to be it. So what do they want to do? This is what people want. They want a perfect O-line. They want a perfect 3 receivers. They want a perfect run game. They want perfect play calling. They want perfect tight end blocking and catching. They want perfection. Now, the most important thing is they want it all at once. They don't want it to waver. Then and only then they can say, okay, I get it now. This is going to work or it's not. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen. There ain't an offense in the history of the game that has had everything perfect in conjunction at the same time. Yeah, they might have still been good, but they still had some kind of turmoil. Some wasn't perfect. It's not a real thing. And if it ever does happen, you can't expect that. It's rare. Stop looking for it. It is so rare that you're wasting valuable time. You're truly wasting valuable time. So I don't like hustling backwards. I don't want to hustle backwards. I'm not going to hustle backwards. So I say all that to say this. McDaniel cannot run the same system. Because we've already had a season where we ran the ball well. Oh, but people start getting hurt at the end. Something's going to go wrong. Start to understand that about this league. You have to build something that can withstand a multitude of things that go wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. Some things are too much. Some things are overwhelming. That went wrong. 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 And that, and that went wrong. Yeah, you can't survive that. I get it. And we've had that at least once in the last few years, but we didn't have that multiple years. Yeah, we had a few things go wrong. Yeah, a few injuries this year. Then when it wasn't injuries, it was, well, they're not playing well. Then when they play well, then it was, they're not running the play calling it. No, Mike McDaniel's system is not good enough with this current personnel. I don't want to limit it. Because maybe it is good enough you tweak a few pieces, but my opinion on those pieces, I want to avoid controversy, but it's at the top at that quarterback position. But that's where we can disagree for some people. But right now with this personnel, his system is not good enough. Therefore, And I'm not saying that you abandon the system because it's ingrained in our players now. So what you do is create a quasi, like a semi system that has packages, and you want to focus on that and show the league that and work on it really hard and try to get good at it really fast. Hit the league by storm. Well, look what Miami's doing now. It isn't perfect, but it's an 8 out of 10 and it's getting the job done. And by week 7 or 8, when teams start to shift and adjust and say, okay, we're going to play it like this, bam, hit them with the old stuff. Yeah, we got you out of alignment. But you have to create a system. Oh, my audio? Testing. Is my audio okay? Because some people in the chat said that my audio went out, I guess. To check mic. Check mic 1 2 1 2. Yes or no in the chat. Is my audio good? It's good now. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, so you have to create a system, right? And the system has to be opposites to where if you play me this way for the new way, oh, the old way gonna kill you. You switch to the old way of playing defense, the new way gonna kill you. You want to know what we need to do? We need to have that burner running down the field, stretching the defense when it's too high. And we need to start implementing staggered routes coming across the field. Have that burner going up in motion and going up the seam, and have those staggered routes coming underneath it. And that could be a middle of the field nightmare for defenses. Something as simple as that. Something as simple as that. When they're playing that motion, they're too high, they don't want to get beat deep. Send someone in motion and have them run deep middle seam inside the hash, up the seam, down the field. Have Tyreek run it if you want. But then you put that tight end coming across and Waddle coming across behind them, and let Tua have a pick of this level or that level. I'm telling you, something as simple as that can work wonders for the Dolphins. That simple concept. Run the running back in the flat, forcing the linebacker to go over, send the tight end across the middle and Waddle across the middle, and Tyreek in motion going up that seam on the same side. 4 guys in action starting on the same side, one going up the seam, one going in the flat, and the other coming across the other 2. Those are quick hits. Tight end right away, or Waddle coming across the middle at the next level. Something as simple as that is what needs to be incorporated in this offense. Go ahead and pull those 2 high safeties. Matter of fact, when you send somebody in motion and they follow Tyreek, you might pull 3 guys on Tyreek. The middle of the field is going to be wide open, especially if you have those guys staggered. And if the linebackers stay home on the stagger, you got the flat. We got to think about creative ways like that when they want to run the 2 high. Then if they want to get out of that, go single high, then it opens up things that we're trying to do on the way we've been running offense. McDaniel got to play that game. And you got to do it out of formations in which they all look the same. You got to have Tua lined up in the backfield with the running back, faking the handoff, going in the flat. The guy in motion, I'm telling you, we have to have that kind of action. Guys on staggered routes, and that's what we don't run much of is staggered routes in Miami, and that's what we're going to need in this situation. And let Tua attack those windows with his accuracy. And I believe you'll have more efficiency that way. And you keep faking that handoff. You keep faking that. You keep on or keep handing it off. Get the linebacker sucked in and then pull it a few times with those stagger routes. We gotta get creative. And I don't know what system Mike McDaniel's gonna build with Bobby and Chandler, but here's what I do know. It has to be something opposite of what we're doing so that we can go in and out of what we're doing. Still hit them with it because we got some strong things we can do in that old system, the regular system Mike McDaniel runs. So I think, yeah, Miami might be looking at trying to implement some type of new scheme. And we'll see where it goes, man. But McDaniel has to make a change. He can't do that stupid stuff and think he can do the same thing and then just say, we just need to be better running the football. You getting fired. You play those games, you're going to get fired, man. Don't do it. All right. Tua has moved. It's time to talk about that right here on TD Fins Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Salute to Tua Tagovailoa. It looks like, I don't know where he actually moved. I'm sure that's easy to find out, but I ain't stalking the man. But I did see the news that he did sell his previous home. Congratulations to him. Why is congratulations in order? Because last I checked, I think he paid about $1.6 million for his previous home, and he sold it for $2.6 million. That is $1 million profit, man. About 64% profit. That's big time in the real estate in South Florida. He was out in Davie. I didn't even know it. I looked it up whenever I saw that he sold. And it's right where I love going fishing, freshwater, peacock bass. You know, I'll be catching them out west out there. But it's right down the street from where I'm always at going fishing, man. But yeah, man, congratulations to him making that profit, per se. That's always good in this market. And he has moved, from my understanding. He moved on to bigger and better, which congratulations to him. He got the bag in Miami. Show me the money. So, hey, he got to make it work for him. So that's winning all around, man. You got the bag. You sell your house to get a better one, but then the old one, you profited about $1 million. That's big time, man. That's some good time stuff, man. Congratulations to Tua and his family. Hopefully they continue to prosper and have more and more blessings like that, all right? Just a quick tidbit on that, but let's move into the next piece of news here. Darren Waller's contract details. Y'all got to tell me if you like them. Up next. All right, Darren Waller's contract details are out, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 1-year, $2 million contract with $3 million potentially in incentives. All right. Listen, Darren Waller is the wild card that we're all trying to figure out, to be quite honest with you. We don't know what to expect from him this season. Will he even make it through camp? There's a lot of, doubt, to be quite honest with you. We're trying to figure this out, but I'll be honest with you. Y'all let me know what you think about the contract in the chat, but how I feel about it, $2 million is not a big deal. It's less than what Jonnu was making. And guess what? When Jonnu first came to the Dolphins, it was like, oh, Jonnu's a solid guy. He ain't nothing crazy special, but he's a solid tight end. But Jonnu balled out and became one of the premier guys in the league here in Miami. So who knows, man? Darren Waller, at this stage of his career, he's a solid guy. He's had some ballerific seasons, but right now in his career, he's a solid guy. Who's to say he don't rejuvenate his career and say, man, I'm back, man. I'm trying to really play ball. I'm trying to get it. And I'm going out here to make some noise. I'm going to have me a Jonnu Smith season or better. And I'm going to hit these incentives. That's a huge win for the Dolphins if that potentially can happen. Because if you can get Tyreek, Waddle, and Jonnu on the same page with A-Chain catching the ball out the backfield, truth be told, you got all you need. We had all we need last year, but that's neither here nor there. We can blame it on many things, but the quarterback position, whether it's injuries or play or whatever, we got to be better, man. And we got to run the ball better to, take a little bit of emphasis off the pass game as well, obviously. Okay, so Darren Waller, man, again, wild card. I can't wait to see him in training camp. I want to see him padded up, get out there. Let me see how you look against this bad second. That's another thing. This receiving core should be going absolutely insane in training camp. If they not going insane in training camp, I'm terrified. Oh man, if our receivers ain't going crazy in training camp, man, we might win 5 games. So I need them to go off. Tight ends, everybody catching the football. And no, I don't want to hear it. Well, what if the secondary is just that good? Miss me with that. Maybe Minka make some plays deep, stopping the deep ball, but nope. If our secondary is shining in camp, that is not an indication to me that, oh man, maybe they're better than I thought. Stop. Stop. So Darren Waller, man, I'm looking for a big camp. I can't wait when I get there to see you running crazy on this secondary, because I look at this team as we're going to need them to be an offensive powerhouse this year. We're going to need that 27, 28 a game. That's just the reality. We're going to have to be top 5 offense. We need it. If we're going to have a chance, that's what we're going to need. Now, the defense, I think Weaver going to make it do what it do. I think he going to make some things happen. And it can be some productivity in there, make some play. I mean, bend but not break, and, not get embarrassed, but it ain't going to be beautiful. So, yeah, we'll see. But Darren Waller, good luck. I'm looking forward to watching you, all right? All right, on to the next topic, ladies and gentlemen. McGenius, is he still a genius, or has his touch rubbed off? Y'all got to tell me what y'all think. Mike McDaniel. He came in, he had the offense going crazy, flying around, doing stuff we didn't see, putting up points. I mean, just like, wow. And he's a genius. He's a genius. McGenius. Oh my gosh. The spark is gone. Does he still have it, y'all? Do y'all think, yes or no in the chat, do y'all think that McDaniels has what it takes to create a new version of a system that can shock the NFL this year? Y'all, yes or no in the chat, because I'm curious. That's what it's going to come down to. I'm going to be honest with you. Ever since day one, I never saw the genius. The only thing I saw was calculated. I never saw genius out of McDaniel. I saw wisely calculated. A wisely calculated coach. What do I mean? He had already explained it to us, even with Tua Tagovailoa. He came in and said, I looked at all Tua's plays. I took all the things he didn't do well, put them in this box, and we threw that over there. We're not even going back to get it. And then all those good things that he does well, we put them in the box, and we just going to work on these. And I always educate y'all on the analogy here. His system isn't genius. He's just calculated. And what do I mean by that? So take Shaquille O'Neal. For those who don't know, one of the greatest big men of all time, the greatest big man of all time in NBA history. He was trash shooting free throws. I'm sure he took a 3-pointer in his career, but he's probably would, if he was taking threes, he would have been the worst 3-point shooter of all time. He probably would have ended his career with a 1% 3-point shooting percentage if he was to. So why do I bring that up? This is why. Take Shaquille O'Neal. Most dominant around the basket. If he's in the paint, he's going to be 10 for 10, y'all. He going to be 10 for 10, 100%. If he in that paint, you can't stop him. He 10 for 10. So this is my analogy with Mike McDaniel and Tua. Why I thought he was calculated and not genius. He's playing the numbers. Here's what McDaniel did with Tua. So we use Shaq as an example. He says, Shaq, you shoot 20 shots a game. You shoot 10 in the paint and you make all 10. You shoot 10 at the 3-point line and you only make 1. You're a 55% shooter. That's terrible when you could be so much better. Let's do this. Let's stop taking 3-pointers and let's shoot 20 shots from the paint. And you see his numbers go up to 100%, 20 of 20. Best shooter in the whole league. No. I just only allow him to do the things that he can shoot, the areas he can shoot. That's what McDaniels did. He played the numbers, and that was calculated. But genius, no, you're a good statistician. You understood what would make the numbers, the yards, the completion percentage, the yak, that all of those stats go up. But the end result either stayed the same or at this point regressing. Think about that. Because just because Shaq is now 100% from the field, that still don't make him Steph Curry. But hey, he a better shooter than Steph Curry, you ask the statisticians. Shaq's a better shooter than Steph Curry if you ask the statisticians. He 100%, Curry 80. He better than Curry at shooting. No, there's context to it. So that's how that works. So McGenius is going to have to be a genius this year if he's going to save his job. He's going to have to be a genius if he's going to save his job. He's going to have to figure out a actual genius scheme that just isn't built around Tua's strengths and weaknesses, but the team's strengths and weaknesses. That's where I think he misses the mark. But we shall see. Last up, ladies and gentlemen, oh boy, Randy Moss takes shots at Tyreek. Randy Moss goes in on Tyreek's Hill's career, and I got something to say about this because, listen, I've heard people say Randy Moss is being a hater, but we got to stop calling facts hate. Randy Moss came out and said Tyreek Hill is nowhere all time. Now, let's break this down. Because we talk about how good Tyreek is, but where is Tyreek in all the all-time numbers? Do we just automatically give him credit because of how skillful he is? But his all-time numbers, are they really in relation to with the greats of the NFL at the position? And remember, I told y'all this a month ago. The problem with guys like Tyreek, why I know this might be his last season, is that in order for you to be one of those all-time guys, you have to make sure that you avoid blemishes. And his time in Miami has been nothing but a blemish. And people are like, yeah, but the man had 2,000 yards, almost 2,000 yards. No, you don't get it. It's the first time he hasn't went to the postseason in Miami. It's the first time he was losing playoff games right away and getting bounced. These Hall of Famers and greats, they're judged off of how well they play in the postseason. Now, mind you, Tyreek was the only one who showed up versus the Chiefs in that playoff game, even though he quit by the end. But he's taken a hit on his all-time numbers in the postseason. And this is what I was explaining to you guys. Legacy matters. That's why Ramsey wanted that. Man, y'all can say what you want about Ramsey. Ramsey knows what time it was. I'm not going to do anything but hurt my legacy over here. I need to be in playoff games competing with my name called in front of the world, not just the Miami market on a Sunday. The greats have to shine in the biggest moments. And if you're not even on the stage, you're hurting your legacy. No matter how many great things you do in the regular season, it's hurting his all-time legacy. And Tyreek Hill leaving Kansas City was on the path of all-time legacy. Now he's putting some big question marks on his all-time legacy. What Tyreek doesn't want to do is go down as, man, Tyreek Hill was one of the most dangerous threats ever. But truth be told, you look at these guys with the gold jackets, and yeah, Tyreek gonna get a gold jacket. But when you really look at it, go look at that postseason work. He's still missing like 2 to 3 years worth of good postseason work to be in that echelon, in my opinion. He got that early stuff with Mahomes, and some gonna say one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. That's tough. And that's what Randy Moss, when he says nowhere all time, is Tyreek, where's the all-time yards? All-time receptions. All-time touchdowns. All-time reception percentage, all of that stuff, man. That's what Randy's saying. Where is he all-time? He's nowhere all-time. Give me all them categories. Is he top 5 in any of them all time? He top 5 in the league now, but all time? See, the all-time greats are top 1 or 2 in the league for most of their career, to be honest with you. Speaker said Tyreek have one down year and people go hyperbolic. We're not talking about his production in the regular season. If we judge legacy off of just regular season, oh, he's an all-timer. But you know how this works. What was your postseason success? What did you do in the postseason? How did you show up in the postseason? And he got that Chiefs resume, but some of these guys got 10 years plus postseason phenomenal resume. What, Tyreek 7 or something like that? 6 or 7? Man, it might even just be 5. If Reek gets 2K, game over, he's top 5 all time. Why? They're never going to look at it like that. Because you force fed him the football to get 2K. Matter of fact, the greats might shun him even more. Oh, you got 2K and didn't even win a playoff game? And that's something? Ladies and gentlemen, the regular season is just a precursor. Like, you have to be off the charts to be in that next level. And like the Zach Thomases and Jason Taylors of the world, they had to be up there to get in without the postseason success. Tyreek is right there on that point where he might have done enough, but man, you fizzle out in Miami 2 more years or something like that, that's not a good look for your legacy. When they start talking about give me your top 3 receivers of all time and nobody mentions him, are we going to sit here and say that he surpassed Randy Moss? Are we going to say that? Are we going to say that he surpassed Jerry Rice? Y'all let me know in the chat. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but can we confidently say that he surpassed any of those guys? And we can name a few more. So I get what Randy Moss is saying. I get what he's saying. It's just tough, man, to hear it. But yeah, no, he is nowhere all time. And I think Miami is hurting that for him. Had he been with the Chiefs and won those Super Bowls and went to those Super Bowls with them, while he was, all the accolades the Chiefs got while Tyreek was in Miami. Tyreek right now will be discussed. Is Tyreek Hill the best receiver of all time? They be on sports networks having that segment. They would right now. If Tyreek Hill was with the Chiefs and they had the same success and he just did his normal 12, 1,300, not even off the charts, get a little 10 touchdowns, 1,300 yards, and did that all them years, and they went to the Super Bowl and won 2 without him and went to 1 and lost 1, they would have been on main show saying, is he the best of all time? That's exactly what they would have been saying. Is he? Even if the answer was no, he would have been in that conversation, and that's legacy. That's legacy. So, hey, man, it is what it is, but hey, he got a chance to, like one thing that will boost his legacy, carry Miami to a Super Bowl. Carry the Miami Dolphins to a Super Bowl. Ball out and be a part of getting us to a Super Bowl. His legacy grows greater than it's ever could have because it's the Dolphins with the current situation. But this is his last chance. This is his last chance. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I have for you guys tonight. If you want to go watch the replay of it, if you came in late, we talked about the great news for the Miami Dolphins and how the division has gotten weaker. The rookies have reported, but no video of rookies showing up. In Jonas Savania's situation, new offensive scheme in Miami with Bobby Slowick and Chandler Henley getting promoted. Tua sells his home in Davie. Congrats to him and his family making a profit too. Darren Waller's contract details were released, and McDaniel's questioning if he's still a genius or not. And Randy Moss taking a shot at Tyreek Hill. If you want to go back and watch it, just go ahead and restart the video. But shout out to those who dropped the donation on the channel. Salute to G Firm, the homie in the building. Samoan Diaper said, just tune in. Is Tua retiring? Start that mess. No. Flick Short said, what's the great news? I've already explained it. If anybody would like to contribute to the training camp fund, we don't have enough yet for me to travel out of town to Chicago or it's 2 of them, Chicago or the other one. It's one more, Detroit or something like that. But if we do, I will make the trip. But right now, that's not where we are. But if you want to donate to the training camp fund, I will be there if you all assist me to get there. All right. But right now, the Cash App, $TD is at the ticker at the bottom of the screen. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for all y'all tuning in to the show. Hopefully you enjoyed it. But we're back, baby. We are back. The Dolphins Collective is also back next week, I believe on Tuesday evening, 7:30, I believe. So we're about to be back. Training camp's going to be rolling soon. I'm going to be there soon. So I'm excited, man. Exciting times coming. Wait. Yeah, it is back next week, I think. I think that's Tuesday. Don't mock me on either next week or the week after, but I'll let you know. All right. So when news drops, you'll get it here, right here on TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Also, we got a new and improved revamped Patreon that's going to be coming this year. If you want to go take a look at the Patreon right now, especially while the price is probably lower before I set everything up, I'm going to be giving you an inside look on certain things, exclusive content, all of that on the Patreon this year, TD Fans Talk Patreon. So check it out if you want to go take a look at it. Outside of that, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Fans up no matter what. Salute to the 600 people that were here watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will see y'all soon. Peace. I am out. Love y'all.